friends. Happy Tuesday. Hope things are going well for you this morning. I'm going to start with some warm-ups again. And then we'll go from there. Check it out, I found this comic at a flea market. 50 cents. Let's see if I can get this to focus properly. It's called The Psychic Girl. I got 2 of them. Super inspirational comic book, Japanese, but printed for America, so in this standard North American format. And reading in the standard English way, but this artwork is just quite amazing. I mean, look at that. This cityscape, and this was made 1988. So this is not Photoshop, right? This is like ink on paper and a ruler. This is dedication to craft. Incredible patience, incredible discipline. And so much movement, so much dynamism. So impressed with this. Extremely inspired. I love this effect here of the lighting. It's very unusual. I would not think to do lighting like this. I have to see this in order to ever think you could do your lighting this way. The Psychic Girl, amazing comic book. So very inspiring, and it's good because there's a lot of night scenes, and eventually in Spirit Girl number 2 and 3 there's going to be some night scenes. So all right, let's check chat. Good morning, life leads life. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling okay. A little groggy because I went to bed a little bit later than usual. I was watching the hockey game, and I watched the Oilers lose Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So Unfortunately, no Stanley Cup for Canada this year. It's been 31 years without a cup. That's all right. It's just hockey. You watch it. You hope the team wins, and if they don't, we just went for a walk and enjoyed the sun. It's really no big deal. What are you gonna do, right? It's not. It's too bad for them. They work hard, and they were losing down 3-0. So it's a best of 7. So over 3 games, they were facing elimination, and they managed to win 3 games in a row to tie the series. It's an amazing story, but when push came to shove, the Florida Panthers, they pulled it off. It's tough for Canadians to compete with the American markets because, you know, when you're a hockey player and you get offered to make $10 million and live in Edmonton, or get $10 million and live in Dallas, Texas. I mean, it's an easy choice, right? You're not going to choose to live in the harsh winters of the north of Alberta, right? So that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Let's adjust the camera so you guys can see properly. Here, today, let's do the close-up today. Oops. Tearing everything apart here. Just practicing these bean shapes. Just to draw the female figure in various poses to practice for Spirit Girl. It looks a little bit lewd, so I'm going to change the hand position. So the fact that the warmer climate in the American South is better than Canadian North just means that they have the American teams have a competitive advantage business-wise, right? They can just attract more players and Let's try another one of these shapes and then we'll switch to photo reference. Trying to do like low angle, practice low angle this morning. Just trying to get a sense of how the rib cage works in a low angle situation. So this is the ribs here. So this is the rib cage. Ribs going this way, right? And because this would be the inside of the rib cage here. So we've got collarbone that comes like this. So the shoulder's going to attach here, I think. Right. So this is going to be the line of the stomach here. Navel's going to be about here. So if we've got a waist here, on the other side, the shoulder's going to be here. So then the arm will be coming out like this. So this is going to be the pectoral line, which attaches to the shoulder. So that means breast attaches like this. If it's a low angle, then the waist is going to appear higher. So I'm, excuse me, not looking at references because I really want to practice kind of drawing from imagination, right? Getting a feel for how to build the figure from the bottom up. I think the pelvic bone rather, comes like this. So the crotch is about here, behind this thigh. Calf. Ankle. go by feel. More or less kind of just following where the marks are and trying to see like maybe like Michelangelo saw, which is he saw the block of marble and he would say it's simple. You just remove all the marble that isn't the sculpture. I'm trying to sculpt the image. Trying to build my confidence in my marks. I haven't checked the chat in a minute. Mr. Life, that's a nice torso. It's twisted like the giants you want to draw. Yeah. I feel I've got the low angle on the torso properly, and then like straight angle on the waist, which is, I don't know, it's not quite right, but you know, keep practicing. Something. Let's go look at references. Use the washroom. I'll be back. Yeah, I've got some hyper angle references that I purchased from DeviantArt. No, from ArtStation. So I'm gonna go get some practice drawing from that reference. Thanks to here, hyper angle female poses. And hopefully I find some clothes ones that I can share with you guys. These are all pretty much nude references. A lot of angles, looking for low. This one is a low angle. Yep, this is a good one. Let's pop that in there for you guys. It's not showing up. Okay. No problem. No. Sorry, just trying to sort through this. There. Aha. It's coming out so big. Very large image. High def. There. She's wearing clothing so that YouTube doesn't panic. There. Gonna try that. With me? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this excuse me. I'm gonna give this a go. Give the pencil the old sharpen. So I put tape on my pencil here. It's helps keep my hand relaxed. So instead of holding it tight like this, I can hold it more relaxed like this, like this. Helps remind me to keep my hand relaxed while I draw. Let's give this go. So we're gonna do the rib cage is very, very high and squashed down so you can barely see the top here. So then that's the torso, like this. And then the waist, so we're going to say roughly here. We've got like a triangle for the bottom of the waist. So then that means the leg's gonna connect up kind of like this. So this is the pelvic area. The hips come out like this. So it's foreshortened. So panty line. It's actually helpful to have the panty line. It's like a reference point, right? Then the navel. It's not quite the right angle. It needs to be twisted, but we're gonna go with it. It's not as dynamic a pose. So breasts come out from the rib cage like this. And they will connect to the armpit. And ribcage. Okay, switch to work on the legs. Pelvic bone, rather. Thigh. And this thigh is foreshortened. The shin bone is not straight like that. It's curved. That's fascinating. Calf muscle. And the calf is not symmetrical. So one side protrudes heavily, like more sharp like that, and one side is more of a gentle sloping curve. So that's important. So the shin bone ends like this and has ankle. And the same thing with the ankle bone. It's not symmetrical. It's not one bump on the other side. One's lower than the other. Very strange. Foot. Toe. Okay, we'll go off script a little bit here. Mr. Life. She could be a giant. Yeah, that's the idea. I'm trying to practice, how it would be perceived, someone a lot taller than you bearing down on you. This is like the point of a spear. Have to take a picture of my actual hand to figure out that hand angle, because just using my brain. I'm failing. That's interesting exercise. Let's try another one. Something different. Let's try that. So here, this waist should be even higher, I think. How you doing out there in Chatland? What you got planned for today? Mr. Life, the neighbors gave me a lawn tractor in parts. It would be fun to reassemble it. That's kind of cool. Sounds like an interesting challenge. Maybe you could reassemble it and resell it. You know, sell it like as a refurbished or something. Is that a thing that people do? Sell refurbished lawn tractors? I would imagine. We depart from the photo reference here. So if I extend the leg, it's a lot more dynamic, right? This straight line going here plus the sword. If I adjust the angle of the sword on top of that, so that we have a line like this. It's a very dynamic pose. Have to figure out how the foot works, but at least we've got the energy right. So, anatomy can be revisited, but energy is super important. Anatomy, you can adjust, tweak, and modify. But the energy of a figure, I keep saying that, I know, but to me is super important. So here, I would have the hair coming like this. Right? That's an energetic figure. Feet need practice. Legs are too long. This hip is incorrect. But in a comic book that someone's reading, and they're looking at the figure for just a few seconds, this would be acceptable. I mean, I would want to rework it, but not so much that you lose the dynamism, right? So, even though the anatomy here definitely needs adjustment, I'm still really happy with how this turned out. Feel like I used the reference enough to get some sense of how the body works. And I would leave this, what I would do is I would leave this, like in a comic book situation, I would leave this. And then the next day, I'd look at it and then I'd see, okay, yeah, the waist is too low here. I need to cut the waist down to here. It's too much thigh. And I would just keep, and then I'd look at it the next day. Okay, forearm, I'm going to tweak the calf muscle and like keep adjusting, right? Until the anatomy is more correct while the dynamism of the pose is preserved, right? Maybe adjust the femur so that it comes here, right? Yeah. Yeah. Good session. I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. Mr. Life. She's gonna swing for defense. It's a very nice post. Keep that for reference. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture and save it in my cloud and maybe look at it later. Have yourself a nice day, everybody. Thanks for swinging by, and you take care.